Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Dallas Cowboys. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Mike, here we go, here we go. 180! I got him!
On play action, now Garoppolo. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a third and long situation forthcoming.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
You ain't doing nothing today. Wait.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a first down.
First down, New York.
Here we go. 180!
Here we go, D, get off the field.
A first down carry for Barkley. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With a cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball is moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Let's go.
Here we go.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here we go.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Saquon Barkley. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On the draw, this is Barkley. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Here we go. 180.
Watch it, here we go, D. Here I come.
On second down, here's Barkley. And an alley to run. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Giants take it right down and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Now Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, second down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
50 seconds to Mike. Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Here we go, 46.
Throwing, Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Alec Ogletree. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense. Oh, this is blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
That's up. All right, brother, yeah.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just...
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
3rd and 14.
So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? Play fake. Garoppolo. He completes it to Tate. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
I smell fear in that offense.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. Fournette fighting through. And a nice stiff arm that opens room to run. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. A big run by the big man Fournette. Give him 69 yards on the ground.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. Now Prescott flushed out right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Terrific coverage in the end zone that time. Forced him out of the pocket to his right. I thought maybe try and run it there, but no one came open for him. Nice job by the defense of not getting out of their lanes.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown was the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. Third down here and 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
Here we go,
so 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run with Barkley. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Here we go.
Yeah, the Cowboys here on 3rd down bringing in an extra defensive back. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
1st down, New York.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180! So we got man.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now Garoppolo to try again after the pick 6. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. It's a big-time play there for the G-men. And even 50 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That's complete to Slayton. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. Third down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
It's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Giants are going to jump back in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
50 seconds.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the 43.
They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 5. To throw is Prescott. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Offensively, might be thinking, what's going on here? 1 for their first 7 throwing the football.
So maybe they're thinking about rethinking their strategy a little bit right now with the way that they're throwing it around, not having that success. Might have to lean on the running game for a little while and see if they can get him back in form.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Prescott from the gun. He gets it to Brown. Complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Marquise Brown, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys have once again taken the lead. Pretty good response. They had given up the touchdown and the lead, but they struck back.
And I love the way that they just saw it happen. Took a quick exhale on the sidelines. So let's go get it back and fast. Let's go ahead and throw the ball downfield and get our own 6 points.
A huge chunk play to regain that lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting in a field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And the pressure gets to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for it. Now a signal and a timeout called, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So the sack of Garoppolo, and now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Check. Switch.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Foxborough. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made that time by B.J. Hill. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 36.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Prescott off play action. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. A shotgun handoff to Henry. He's to the 10, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Derrick Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb able to record his 5th sack of the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
All right, Brandon. Normally when you hear about guys making 2 interceptions in the game, you're thinking, must be a free safety, maybe a corner. How about getting 2 picks out of one of your linebackers? Again, he's just in the right place at the right time. And that's another great play to come away with the football.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to let this one go. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
First down.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a handoff here to his running back. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Garoppolo on third down. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
They're on 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll run it again with Fournette. Fournette fighting through. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 33 and a first. This offensive line starting to win up front. You win that battle in the trenches, you can kind of wear them down here late.
So you bring in the second part to that equation, and that's the big running back, the big bruiser, who can get more than what's blocked and break a few extra tackles and gain yardage.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
To the 49, 49.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he is going to lose yardage here. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
47 is the mic. Army. 26.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And one of the things that makes this play so difficult to defend is that it has so many options to it, and the quarterback has to go through them and fast. Do you hand it off inside? Do you keep it yourself? Do you pitch it to a trailing back? On this play, it's hard to say that he made the right decision because that play was swallowed up for no gain.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 29-yard line.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Got a man. It's Brown. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Cowboys on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Come on, D!
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Prescott. This will be caught by Brown. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route. Tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Cowboys use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Rosas good with the extra point. And the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Again, it's Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Golden Tate, his intended receiver. That'll bring up second down.
Here we go.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Now it's Freeman. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back. This is Barkley. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And the kick here is good, so add 3 to the total, but they're still coming up well short, and that is how this one comes to an end. Well, this one provided some good drama down to the very end. That last kickoff return, for a moment thought he might break it, but in the end, they get the tackle and stop the drama.
You were starting to have more fun, weren't you?
Well, I was starting to stand up.
Yeah, you were into that one. Who knew? We thought maybe they might get that miracle finish that they were looking for. Didn't quite get it done.
So for Dallas, they continue to cruise through this first half of the schedule as they move to 8-0 now on the campaign. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, it's another week, another loss as they fall now to 0-9. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.